Hello and welcome to Burnham Bereavement Cafe on this, the third Sunday of the month in November. And it's during November that we often engage as a society with what many people think of as the season of remembrance. For example, we have All Souls Day, a time when the Church throughout the centuries has set aside to remember and to give thanks for generations who've come before us, for those who we love and no longer see. And we have Remembrance Day, Armistice Day, when we remember the sacrifice of those who died during the two world wars, and of course the many wars and conflicts throughout the world since, who've given their lives in these ongoing conflicts. And this year, I'm sure, we also remember the millions of people worldwide who have lost their lives to coronavirus or been affected by this terrible disease. And soon we will move on to Christmas and the many memories enshrined there of Christmas past. When we're bereaved, remembering can take on a whole new significance. It can be painful or joyful, or more often a mixture of both. We can long for memories, or memories can appear unwelcomed, and again, sometimes all of that at once. You might feel that you have a certain memory that's just lodged in your mind that replays itself over and over. So today we're going to take a few moments just to consider remembering, particularly in grief, to see how remembering can be a companion to us on this particular journey. After the Manchester bombings a couple of years ago, they held the very next week a service of remembrance at the same place. And some people felt this was strange because why would they need to remember when this thing had only just happened? It was still at the forefront of everyone's minds after all. But to be bereaved means to be torn apart. And that's, of course, how we so often feel. My heart is broken, we say. My life is shattered. I'm in pieces. And many more familiar such phrases. Well, this is a quote from the actor Christopher Walken, who was in The Deer Hunter and Catch Me If You Can and Pulp Fiction and so forth. He says, "Someday you will be faced with the reality of loss. And as life goes on, days rolling into nights, it will become clear that you never really stop missing someone special who's gone. You just learn to live around that gaping hole of their absence. When you lose someone you can't imagine living without, your heart breaks wide open. And the bad news is you never completely get over the loss. You will never forget them. However, in a backwards way, this is also the good news. That they will live on in the warmth of your broken heart that doesn't fully heal back up, and you will continue to grow and experience life even with your wound. It's like badly breaking an ankle that never heals perfectly and that always hurts when you dance. But you dance anyway, even with a slight limp, and this limp just adds to the depth of your performance and the authenticity of your character. The people you love remain a part of you. Remember them and always cherish the good moments spent with them. Remembering is a special type of reminiscing. To remember is to put together those broken pieces. It's a deliberate construction or bringing to mind of the stories and memories of our loved ones. The stories that continue to include the dead in the membership, if you like, of our lives. And this isn't a refusing to let go and let our loved ones rest in peace. No, rather by remembering, we are moulding a safe space where our loved ones and their memory lives and it lives on in our hearts and minds. It's an acknowledgement that our own continuing lives and identities are shaped and moulded in part by the relationship that we shared, and that our loved ones' stories don't die with them, but continue on in our lives and in the lives of generations to come, as we share and celebrate these stories of remembrance. So may your memories bring you joy and peace.